It's a model that, if it continues the way it's been going, we will be able to serve way more people with the same amount of resources that currently exist in the future, and do so in a better and faster way.
Well, that's the CEO of Family Promise talking about his organization's success operating a scattered site shelter in Spokane Valley, where one or just a few families live under one roof. In the city of Spokane, Mayor Lisa Brown has said she wants to transition from a mass shelter system to a scattered system to address our homeless problem.
And as you just heard, Spokane Valley is already seeing success with a scattered system in a pilot program run by Family Promise. I looked into the Flash program to see how it's helped one young family and so many others.
Joe and Anna George are the proud parents of 3 young kids, including 2-year-old Riley. Their 2 older kids, Jackson and Maxwell, both have special needs. It's a lot for a young family to manage. And one day, not long ago, the Georges were left homeless.
We lost our home due to bills and just falling behind in bills, and I was also sick with seizures, and so my husband took time off from work.
With nowhere to go, they ended up at Family Promise's emergency shelter.
The shelter was great. It was safe for the children. There was other families that we could relate to there.
But they needed a place of their own, so they pushed to enter Family Promise's Flash program, which stands for Fast Leasing and Sustainable Housing. CEO Joe Ader says it's a pilot program funded by the city of Spokane Valley that's meant to be an alternative to typical shelters.
It's designed around, can we prevent as many families as possible from becoming homeless as we can, and then also how quickly can we get a family that is experiencing homelessness rehoused.
Ader says the Flash program has been extremely successful so far. It had hoped to serve 80 people from 25 families, but since it started in October, it served 205 people from 52 families.
Not only are we getting people housed faster, but it's far less expensive than the traditional mass shelter model, and we are preventing additional trauma from children in the family from experiencing long-term homelessness with it.
COVID forced Family Promise to experiment with these smaller site locations, but they're now committed to them because of the results they've seen.
As 95% of the families that were staying at that smaller site were getting into housing of their own, as compared to our emergency shelter, which was closer to 40%. So massive difference.
And for people worried about scattered shelters popping up in their neighborhood, Ader says there's no evidence of any increase in crime or negative impact in the neighborhoods they're in.
Most of the neighbors around our sites don't even know that they live next to a shelter. Because the most they see is a mom pushing a baby on the stroller to the bus stop.
For the George family, having their own place because of the Flash program and a case manager to help with any problems has meant everything.
Not sleeping on a mat on the floor anymore, and having a roof over our heads, being able to have our own space, and it's just been amazing.
And it's allowed them to dream about a better future for their family.
I'm hoping that we can get stable enough so that we can buy a home and just have something affordable for us.
It's good to hear that hope. And a lot of people have heard of Family Promise, but they might have thought about it as a way to help other groups.
Yeah, they do have scattered shelters for other types of groups, like, say, families with newborns. That one's been operating for about 3 years. They also have, for people with special accommodations, even people who are addicted to drugs. The idea is you can offer them those resources on site with a manager to kind of help them out during that time as well.
Yeah, it looks like it's really helping that family in particular.
For sure.